Hello, everybody. Good morning. Come on.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. It snowed.
It snowed. Okay.
I will stay.
No, not this time. Okay, bye. Okay, so good morning. How are you? I hope everyone's doing well. I have a little bit of a slightly different setup today, so sorry if I'm a little distracted. I got a little tabletop ring light thing with a phone stand. So I feel very professional because I got it for Christmas from my lovely hubby, of course, because he's very tech savvy and fancy, and I love it. It's actually really great. But I feel very fancy because usually you guys are propped up on a stack of books. So I'm like, ooh, who is she? Oh, okay. Anyway, hi. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys had an amazing holiday and a fun New Year's Eve. If you guys do anything, we stay home, but we did stay up till midnight, which for the past several years we have not done. Usually, you know, my husband will like high five and be like, Happy New Year, see you in the morning, and it's like 9:30. But the kids wanted to stay up this year, the younger kids, and they hadn't before, so we were like, whatever, and we let them, and it was fine. No one got really cranky or anything, so they felt really fancy. And yeah, we just hung out. We kind of watched the ball drop, like we streamed it a little bit, but let me say, it is not like it used to be, that whole ball dropping experience. It's kind of odd. Whatever, it's fine. So anyway, I have some stuff to share with you guys today. I've got an FFO and 2 new starts. I have a redrawing for a previous giveaway. I have a new giveaway. I have a tiny bit of knitting and just a couple little thrift store rescues to share with you guys. Oh, and plans, because I actually have plans. So let's get into it. Okay. Billy, if you're watching, skip like 5 minutes, please. Thanks. Okay, ready, guys? I'm so excited. This is my very unprofessional framing. Please excuse that. I have a fully finished object. So last video, 2 weeks ago, I was about halfway done with this. I had that done. I had started this, but this and everything else pretty much didn't exist. And I said on Christmas Eve, I'm going to have a new start, but then after that, I'm just going to work on this until it's done. And I did. I worked on this like a mad woman. And pretty much every spare second that I could stand to cross stitch, because you know, sometimes when you're pushing for a finish, it's not as fun as it could be, but I really was determined, so I got it done. There are a few mistakes. I'm not going to show you. If you see them, you see them, and if you don't, even better. But yeah, I finished it 2 days ago, and then yesterday I spent like an hour and a half trying to frame it. I had some trouble, but I think it mostly turned out fine. Most of the trouble I had you can see in the back because yeah, I was going to use glazier points to hold the backing in. That wasn't working out. And then I was going to use nails, and that wasn't working out. And eventually I was like, we're just going to wing it. So anyway, sorry, I'm a little stuffy if you can hear that. Yeah, it's done. And this is Token of Love by Rosewood Manor. 2/2 with DMC 115 on 32 count Zweigart Vintage Smoky White or Smoky White. I think it's Vintage Smoky White, but I could be wrong. And I did also put in our kids' names. So I got Billy Jr., Amy, Liam, and I also put our dog's name, Murphy, because he's been with us. I mean, he's almost 11, and he's been with us since before we got engaged, so yeah. And our anniversary is next Friday, so I finished this just in time, and I'm very pleased. This picture frame I ordered custom size. It's from pictureframes.com. And this is the second time I've ordered from them. And I'm pretty pleased. It came really well packaged, but you can see it's a little bit wonky in this corner and in this corner, which the other frame I got from them, which was for my Winter Rose Manor, was perfect. There was no spaces or anything. So I don't know if it warped in my closet because it's been sitting in my closet for a while, or if it came that way. I'm not exactly sure, honestly, because I did not examine it super thoroughly once I got it. I looked at it and was like, okay, cool, and then put it in my closet to hide it. So I'm not sure. I still think it's fine. It feels really solid. It's beautiful. It's just, you know, that tiny gap I'm not super pleased with, but I did get this frame on clearance. It was very affordable. The shipping was fast, and I'll definitely order from them again. So that is my finish. And FFO, if you can believe it. I hardly can, but I'm very excited. I hope he likes it. Okay, so that's that. I'm gonna set this on the chair next to me, excuse me. So I have 2 new starts, as I kind of told you guys that I would have. So Christmas Eve, I spent the time that I had available starting Huckleberry Farm by the Blue Flower. Sorry, nothing's opened yet, so you're gonna hear crinkling and stuff. I apologize. Is the cover photo open? No. Okay, well, this is the back page. I kind of keep what page I'm working on, like in the plastic whenever it's possible. So I'll put the page I'm working on one way and then the back page with the key on the other side, so I can just flip it over to see, you know, what thread I'm using next. I'm pretty sure you guys know what this is gonna look like. But anyway, let me move my thread. I always have a thread because I'm like trying to give myself a gift. Here you go, that's what you're gonna work on next. Anyway, it is a very small start. It's just, I started in the lower left-hand side. I usually start on the lower left or the upper left whenever I can. And this was just an easy starting place since it was the bottom of the vine. So that's all I have so far. I'm using the DMC conversion that was provided in the chart on 36 count, picture this plus shale, 1/2. When I was stitching on this, I was like, wow, I'm going to love every second of this. I feel like it's just like each color I picked up, and I didn't even get into like the purples and the reds and all that yet, but I was just like, oh. So I'm really very excited to get back to this. I'm gonna love it. I already know where I'm gonna hang this. I have a couple of projects like that where it's like before I even started them, I knew exactly where I wanted them to be. So, you know, eventually it'll be there. And then yesterday, since I finished and framed Rosewood Manor, yesterday I allowed myself to start a Dutch sampler by Merrick. I'm so excited. I've been waiting to start this for months. Oh, the glare. Okay. So I'm very excited. It doesn't look like much yet, but I actually do have half of this lower border done. Maybe, where is it? Oh, here we go with my thread again. All right, let me put that somewhere where I'm not gonna drop it. Here it is. So yeah, again, I just started it yesterday afternoon, really, and half of this border, the lower border, is done. I kind of want to just do all of it. It turns out for me, and I cut shorter lengths of thread than I usually do because this is silk, this particular thread. I probably should have cut a little shorter, but it was shorter than I usually do. So I was like, I'm being so responsible, look at me. Anyway, this is silk thread, so I cut slightly shorter lengths of thread than I would typically cut, and each length of thread makes 10 squares of these little squares on the bottom. And there are 81 total squares, and I've got 40 done. So I'm just about halfway done with the bottom row, and then I'll get to move on to motif. So I'm like, you know, about here. I just gotta do all that. So when I work on that, that's going to be what I'm doing. And I'm using the DMC Conversion from the chart, with the exception of, let me take it out because I can't remember. I know it's called Willow Green. What is it, Thread Gatherer? No, Silk, yeah. Oh yeah, Thread Gatherer, Silken Colors, Willow Green, which is the light green that's variegated throughout the pattern. So I figured using DMC for everything else would not make a difference as far as the color goes, but I really wanted that variegation to show up, so I did splurge on the silk thread for that color. Everything else is DMC. I love stitching with DMC. In fact, I was really excited to start stitching with silk because so many people love it. And so far it's nice, but I don't feel like it's much better than DMC for me. I know some people like swear by stitching with silk. I don't know, I love DMC. I actually love DMC, stitching with DMC, like the feeling of it, more than over-dyed cottons. So there's that. I love DMC. So anyway, I've got 2 new big projects started that I just have to keep working on top of the other ones that I also want done. But I have plans for it. I have plans. So, okay, what am I doing? Let's talk about my plans for this year as far as getting through projects, going through them, and then we'll do other stuff. So I did get the 2022 Book of Days. I wasn't going to, but then I really wanted to try it. So, so far it's fun, you know, just to write down what I'm doing. So that's what it looks like so far. I know Laura, the serial starter, is doing this, just putting a letter sticker over the first letter, which is really cute. And I put that. And then I put a mole sticker because we're reading for homeschool. We're reading The Wind in the Willows right now. And if you've read it, you know, Mole is one of the main characters. So anyway, that's just for our morning read aloud. And that's what I've got so far. Yeah, I like it. I know other people are doing this too, not just Laura, but I can't remember who started it, if there is someone who started it. Okay, so that's one thing I'm doing to keep track. But the other thing I've decided to do is I don't know what to call it, a whip roulette, if you will. So I know there's so many people that do Whip Go, and that actually seems a lot of fun. I'm not on Facebook, and I'm sure I could find out through YouTube, but I don't know. I felt kind of like I didn't want to do that much planning ahead for the whole year, because it's like, who knows what I'm going to do? I kind of feel like, I don't know. It just didn't feel like it was the right fit for me this year. So what I decided to do is do a whip roulette, which is essentially a random picking thing. Let me explain. So I got a random picker app. It's like a wheel that you press a button and it spins and whatever. You can customize the wheel. And I'm going to put all of my work in progresses on that. And then I'm going to choose, during my Flosstube, I'm going to choose with the wheel, you guys can see, and it's going to pick what I work on. And my goal is each thing I'm going to put 8 hours into it. So once the wheel chooses, that's my project that I need to put 8 hours into it. If I get 8 hours of work into it, which I would usually be able to do in 2 weeks for sure, if I get that time done, I can absolutely work on other things. I can start other things. I can whatever. But that's my goal. And it's because I've been pretty good about rotating through my whips that I have. Excuse me. But my angelic vision that I shared on my first Flosstube, I haven't touched that since before I started Flosstube. And I want that. I know exactly where she's going to hang too, but I need to work on it for that to happen. So, and I've got all these projects that I want to start, and I'm really in love with all of my projects. I just kind of want something fun that is going to, you know, motivate me to do other stuff. So yeah, so let's do that now. I already added Dutch Sampler into my wheel. So I think it's now 6 projects. So I'm just going to use my iPad to show. So this is the the little app I got. It just says wheel and it was free. So, and I have only one wheel set up. There it is. And I'm going to spin it. Ready? Grace Bridges. Okay, so from now till my next video, I'm going to at least put it 8 hours into Grace Bridges. That's exciting. So, and then I'm not sure if I exceed the 8 hours. I think, okay, stop. Sorry. I was going to say, I'm not sure if I get the 8 hours, if I'm going to just spin again before the next Flosstube or if I'll just wait till the next Flosstube. So I was like making decisions while talking, which is never a good idea. Anyway, what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to get the 8 hours in, share you guys my progress, and then just spin it for the next Flosstube. That might change if I feel super motivated. Maybe I'll spin again and then take a screenshot or something to share with you guys. But I don't know. That's what I'm doing. I feel like it's fun because it's kind of random. It's a little less structured than WhipGo, which I'm not saying anything against WhipGo. I know it works for a lot of people. I just wasn't sure if it would work for me. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And if anyone likes this idea and wants to use it, please do. I just thought it would be fun. And I don't even know, I thought I came up with it. I haven't seen anyone talk about it like this, but if someone else did it, then, you know, then it's their idea. I don't know. But yeah, Grace Bridges. Okay. I have a redraw from a giveaway from 2 Flosstubes ago. Unfortunately, the original winner didn't contact me, so I redrew for the Scarlet House Little Red Chair Sampler. Little Red Chair Sampler. And the new winner is Tina Rice. Yay, Tina. So Tina, I'm going to find your comment from that video and I'm going to comment on it and with my email address. And I'm also going to put my email address in the description box below. So please email me with your address. Please put Flosstube giveaway in the, you know, email description or title. You know what I'm talking about. So that it's easy to spot. Okay? Congratulations. And then I do have a new little giveaway for today. It's going to be both things in one. I'm going to give away 2 of these Mill Hill kits that I got a few weeks, I don't know, a month ago. I don't know how long it was. I'm keeping 2 and I'm giving away 2. So this one is Jingle Bunny and it's a counted glass bead kit from Mill Hill. And this next one is also a counted glass bead kit and it's called Plaid Basket. And they appear to all have, you know, everything that they're supposed to come with. So if you're interested in winning these Mill Hill kits, please put ornament in your comment and I will draw that for the next one. Okay, so good luck if you're interested. Let's see. Okay, this is going to be really quick, I think. Let me talk about knitting for a little bit because I actually have something to share, amazingly. And then I'm going to show you guys our little thrift store rescues of a couple of little finished pieces. Now one's little, the other one's pretty big actually. And then I guess I'll be done. I actually have a pretty good Christmas haul of cross stitch goodness. I keep shaking the table, sorry. But I forgot to grab it. So I think I'm gonna just share that with you guys next time, short of, you know, ripping my basket apart to try and get everything out because it's not all just in a bundle. But I mostly just asked for cross stitch stuff, shockingly, and I got I got a handful of patterns and a Mirabilia all kitted. So I'm very excited to show you guys that. I'm excited to start it. I'm a little intimidated. You know, I've done beading with Mill Hill. I have not done a big fancy lady, so, but I'm pretty excited about her. And anyway, but I forgot to grab that. I don't know why, sorry. Maybe you'll just see it as I start things, I'm not sure. Okay, knitting. So I started a new sock. Doesn't look like much yet, but here it is. It's just the cuff and most of the leg. This is Patton's Croy socks. Yeah, sock in the color Sidewalk Chalk Lines, I believe. I do have it. Oh, I have a hair hanging off it. I do have a project page on my Ravelry. If anyone's interested and has Ravelry. I don't know why you'd be interested in this little sock, but it's just, I'm not using a pattern. It's just a 1x1 rib at the cuff for about 12 rounds, and then a 3x1 rib down the leg, and that will be across the top of the foot as well. You know, I'm just going to do a standard heel flap gusset construction. I find that that works best for my feet. And I've done afterthought heels before, and while they look really cute, I love how they look. I don't like how they fit on my feet. They kind of just like go away from my heel, whereas the heel flap and gusset really feels nice. So yeah, that's just something I've been kind of had out and then pick up and do a few rounds and whatever. Let me show you something too. I made a decision about my Novelli sweater that I'm going to look down for a second as I get to Ravelry, if you'll excuse me. I'm sorry. I had a I had a Novelli sweater whip that I was working on, and I showed that to you guys. It was these colors, which I love, and I still want this sweater. I shared this with you guys, my first Flosstube ever. This is what the sweater is supposed to finish like. This is Caitlin Hunter's page, the designer. I love it. I want it. But I made a decision because I was hating working on it. And I think even in my first Flosstube I mentioned, I was just like, I don't know, I hate working on this, and I think it's going to be too big and blah, blah, blah. Well, even since my first Flosstube, I've lost more weight because I'm still doing the no sugar, no flour, bright line eating. So I was already less than I was when I started. I was like 20 pounds less from when I started the sweater, and now I've lost even more. I'm probably closer. Last I weighed myself, which was nearly a month ago, it was down 14 pounds. So, and I know I'm smaller now because my pants are even looser. So anyway, the sweater was going to be too big. And I was like, I don't want to work on it for hours and hours and hours left of work, even though I was close to being done. There was still a lot of work. It was a fingering weight sweater. I was like, there's no way. Like, what am I going to finish it for? So that I can like risk putting it in the dryer to see if I can shrink it enough? No. So I frogged it, which was sad. But I have all the yarn now. I can restart it whenever I feel comfortable. Right now I'm kind of in the, if I'm going to knit, it's going to be like socks or accessories, just because, as I said, I'm still losing weight. And I don't want to work on a bunch of sweaters to not be able to wear them. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I frogged a Novelli. Sad. But I think it was a good decision. So it's not that sad. Just a little. As Amy said, it did snow last night, finally. I don't know, like maybe 3 inches. It keeps snowing intermittently this morning as well, which is cool. So we're going to be playing in that later. And I have to straighten up the house. As you can see, we still have Christmas out, which is the longest I've ever had Christmas out in years. Usually by like the 27th of December, I'm like, okay, time to clean up. But this year, for some reason, I've kept it. So that'll be a weekend project, I think. And then we're starting school back on Monday because we took a 2-week Christmas break, which is, I guess, a benefit of homeschool. You can make your breaks long if you so choose. Oh, sorry. Okay, so let me just show you guys a couple of thrift store rescues. Oh, I was trying to move stuff back and I moved the whole thing back. Okay, thrift store rescues that actually my husband picked up. He was like, I wanted to show you. I thought they were cute. So this one he first got. This was at the Goodwill. It was $2.99. And it's just this cute little thing. It says, I love little things. And it's got these little birds. We call them eepy birds. I don't know, little chicks, I guess. A rainbow alphabet, some snowflakes, strawberries, butterflies, and was made in 1983 by MRJ. We just think it's adorable. I think it's on a 14 count or so, Ada, and it looks fantastic. And the kids also agree that it's cute, so it's gonna hang in their room. All it needed was a little cleaning on the outside, which I've done. So, I don't know, it's just really cute. And then this big thing was $3.99. It needs a little bit of love. Okay, it needs a little love. It's huge. Look at this big clock. Isn't this cool? $3.99 this was. It actually has glass. I just have to put it back in because it was all wonky and like crooked out. So some of it was in the brackets and some of it wasn't. So we removed it. I just have to bend out the brackets and put it back. We'll clean it and then put it back. Obviously it's a little bit stained, you know, but this was, yeah, at the thrift store, just sad, for $3.99. And I plugged it in. The clock does still work. At first it wasn't working, but it turned out the second hand just needed some tightening. So now it's working. I just have to, you know, do what I got to do and then fix it. I still have the clock I want to make too, but I don't know. We thought this was so cute. Look at the little satin stitch bananas. I love the pear. I love how there's like this fabric is used, you know, and then embroidered on top of with the pear and the cherries of the whole basket. And honestly, I think my favorite is the bananas, the satin stitch bananas. And this was made in 1963. On the back, it says the new clock was installed in 87, which is the year my sister was born. The year before I was born. I don't know. I just think it's really cool. I don't know where we're gonna put it. Like, there's only so much space. But he was like, we don't have to keep it if you don't like it. And I was like, yeah, I know, but it's so cute though. It makes me happy. I don't know. I just gotta clean it up and give it a little attention and then find a spot for it. And if we don't have a spot for it, I don't know what we're gonna do. I guess we'll redonate it, but it makes me sad because someone worked so hard on this and I don't want to. I don't want to get rid of it. It's so cute. He was like, I needed to rescue it. I mean, let me show you the back. Like, this is, the clock frame is homemade as well, you know? So, yeah, that's pretty cool, right? The frame's a little loose on the front. Anyway, I think that's all I have. Sorry, I'm reaching down. It was on cord and I didn't want it to fall. Okay, it's good now. Okay. I think that's all I have. So yeah, I have to put in 8 hours on Grace Bridges. Don't forget the giveaway if you're interested. Oh yeah, don't say giveaway. Please be subscribed. Please be 18 or older. It'd be nice if you liked the video. An ornament is the key word for both of those kits. They're gonna be given together, not two winners, one winner. Oh, one more thing. Daniela, if you're watching, you're the winner of the last giveaway. It took me some time to get it out to you. I got my hands on some international postage, so it's going to be on your way. I don't know how long it's gonna take. I did international postage because it's small enough to fit, you know, do it in a bigger envelope, so it should be fine. That was just, you know, the most cost-effective way to get it to you. But I hope you can be patient. I'm sorry if it takes a really long time. Sorry. But okay, that's all I have. I'll see you guys next time. I hope you're well. Please stay safe and healthy. Keep stitching. Yeah, that's it. Okay, bye.